Oh. Ugh. Oh boy. And I left the cabochons downstairs. Lovely. Well, that means this is an excellent time to make up a shopping list. So tomorrow, I need some scrap paper up here. I need more super glue. I need the cabochons upstairs. Cat food. What else do we need tomorrow? Socks. Yes, we're crafting our laundry list. Anything else? Glue sticks. I swear to God, if another 3D print goes down the toilet, I'm gonna lose my shit. Okay. Let's go. Big glass. I'll tell you, that 3D printer is starting to put me through my paces. First print, great, no problems, everything's fine. Then after that, everything's going to snot. So, that has not been thunderful. Oh well. Otherwise, though, should be all right. Today we get to mostly assemble the monster. Oh, yeah. This is great. I don't see why everybody has problems with these. Is it not working anymore? My chief problem has been bed surface adhesion. My prints are just not sticking to the bed well enough. And consequently, it's all popping off. Okay, well that's way too much of a neck. We can cut down to there. Yep. That's what's on the shopping list for tomorrow. Muchísimo glue sticko. Hey, Joey, how's it going? Give myself a little too much. This PVC is easy to chop back off, but impossible to put back on. On the plus side, that attachment mechanism is great. He's going to be up here. All right. I understand that you guys really can't see much of this. Oop. There we go. He's going to be at about this height, roughly, possibly even higher. Trick-or-treaters are going to be down at this height. So he's got to be looking down All right. Where is that? Sharpie. So, I am still working on the 3D print, Joey. If you look at the Facebook page, you'll see the starting bits with that. The head really needs to be only like an inch off of the shoulders. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Stuffed glass. Oh. Yep, that'll be the witch orb. It's going to take a while because the 3D modeling is slow. I can do it over a while, but it takes a bit. I had that. There it is. Why did that jump down there? The beach ball is also holding up very well. That's metric. I want imperial. All right, so I need 1 and 2, 1 5/8 off the base. Which, oddly enough, is about where that line is. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. I was doing it last night. I was just thinking to myself as well that, unless people are bored and just, looking to craft and have somebody else there while they're crafting, which is not a bad thing either. It's one of the reasons I love doing this. The 3D modeling is not heavily viewer centric. Very, very, very not heavily viewer centric. You're just kind of sitting there going over the same patch over and over, making it bigger and more organic. So yeah, not hugely entertaining. Okay. There he is. And now he's got to be looking down. Whew. So heat gun. And no heat waves in my neck of the woods. It's bloody cold. Yeah, it's definitely coming together. I am 100% pleased at this guy's rate of advancement. This part's going to be tricky. Let's get him looking down. too far down, but looking down. Now let's get some water. Nice, bro. Very nice. Of course, the water is entirely clamped, and I don't have 3 hands. But I do have a gut. All right. It's not bad. Okay. So there's our boy on the... I'm hoping I'll be able to pull him. Well, it won't matter once I paper clay that all up and get this completely joined. Won't matter at all. Not yet, no. I'll have to see what he looks like at the end to do the full full Monty of names. But we got him looking down, which is good. Means he also lies a little bit flatter, which is excellent. All right. Now we're going to play with his arms. This one still needs witchwood on this side. Look at that. I need to go get my super glue. That way I can just stick this witchwood onto the skull and not have to worry about it coming up. I think all Halloween monsters should look happy. They should be having a grand old time. The kids, on the other hand, should be sweating their pants. So, arms up. And that's about where I set it last time. And then attack claw should be matched with that arrow. Ugh. Alright. Yep, matched with that arrow is still good. So we can go ahead and attach that without a problem. Then other hand. This arm should be back further, and the hand can twist it that way, because it looks like he's There, and then the skull can go into the clutch. All right, so kind of a look like that. And the combat hand with a beautiful background shadow. All right. Yeah, that's not bad for our first pumpkin sentinel. So this is still valid. This is still valid. And that is still valid. So wonderful. Let's get these hands glued onto the arms. Well, I might jump downstairs and grab my super glue. Yeah. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Let's go get the hateful smelling glue. And back here, Sharpie. Hey, Melissa, and hello, George. The rib cage is made of either 8 or 10 gauge wire surrounded by masking tape, paper clay, and then witchwood, which is cotton and mache paste. Cotton and mache paste, effectively, then lumped and added. That's what it's all made of. And hello, Rachel. Whew. All right, let's grab the stinky glue. We gotta find out where the little guys are gonna go on them. All right. Now, there's nothing on the inside of the PVC that'll be able to rot, so we'll be fine. Oh, I hate this stuff. But I can't argue with its results. That line and this line, forever joined shall you be. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely coming along there, George. Definitely coming along. All right, so that arm is locked and it just needs final gooping there and any final effects that I want to have it have. Yoink. Then this arm needs to get gooped. Blech. Get gooped. And latch to that section all the way down. Lock on. Excellent. That's all set. Okay. Then, do I even need paper clay or can I just witchwood it on? I have a feeling I can just witchwood it on with no great issue, which is good because I need to make more paper clay. I'm gonna have to do that tonight too, just to get the reinforcement done on his neck. And then we got the shoulder blades to attach still. Okay. I also need to witchwood the inside of this. So, order of business is number 1, make some room. Oh, not too bad, Angel. Just trying to stay sane and stay healthy in these mad days of quarantine and tribulation. Yeah, I hear you. I really miss having tunes going on in the background. Hugely miss having tunes in the background. Alright, so let's put him up here first. All the way at the top. Because I have room for that now. Then, let's witchwood this, and witchwood the connection on that. No, I can do it from... Can I do it from both sides? Yes, I can, because that thumb will hold it up. That's fine. All right, witchwooding. Speaking of some music, though, I probably threw some on. Echo, play my music. Yeah. Do shuffle my music. All right. Ooh, good pick. Little dear Esther. Such an amazingly spooky score. Might need to get a... Actually, I've already got a headphone extension downstairs. No. Oops. Got you covered. Thank you for letting me know. It's definitely been a quarantine break of good purchase decisions. Getting that stabilizer for the camera so I can have it on that angle. A 3D printer for all that it's giving me all the issues. I still am super glad I have it. Sit there for a little while. I'm really looking forward to using it once I can get it to start sticking reliably. Thank you, Glass. I get distracted on my goals. Dump it. Smack. Yeah. And shopping list. Tunes again. Cotton fluff. Come on, let go, let go. arm to do and 2 wrists. Probably ought to make it some paper clay and do the neck of the beastie. Am I doing that? There we go. To the insides. Lovely. Okay. Let's get the fluff away from the stuff that's going to be all goopity. Hey, Lisa. There's no direct tutorial for them. They're just small versions of the regular pumpkin, so nothing special about them. If you can do a regular pumpkin, you already know how to do them. Just use a tiny form. I used a little 6-inch beach ball, inflatable, to make mine. Easy peasy. He might, but I put way too much effort into doing his ribs, so I'm not covering those up for anything. A lot of hours in those suckers. Plus, he'll have a light source inside of his chest. Feel free to do so with your stuff. Even ripped up and shredded, I put too much effort into those things. This is going to be a little bit tricky because parts of this still touch the ground. Doesn't have to be done in great detail. And a lot of liney bits here. There we go. I'd love to do properly arrayed witch wood on his arms, but I don't think I have that kind of time. Okay. Let's do that wrist. This might be a little bit trickier than I thought it would be. Oh, there we go. As usual, I need 3 hands. go. All right, close enough for now. There we go. All right. Yeah, there's not too much more to be done right now. I don't have a spot where I can grab that one because half the arm is done, whereas this one is in pretty good shape. Videos, Angel. I have the Halloween videos for the last couple of years. 2018, 2019 is a rain video, so you can't really see much. But yeah, the Halloween walkthroughs feature just about all my stuff. And any of the tutorial videos, usually the yeah, usually the final video always has just completed props. That too, Chris. That too. Thanks. Like, subscribe, and share. So the YouTubes say. Good stuff, bro. Just going to make sure that there is no visible newspaper or junction between the two sections. By the time I get back to this arm, I like that, so let's preserve the effect. Hey, Danielle, how's it going? Tis the season for pumpkining. With all the quarantine credola and whatnot, it's a great time for it. All right. That wrist is pretty well connected. I want that section right there to have more texture. And to be honest, I really do kind of want to perfect the witch wood on this. It's okay, but it could look more actually like wood. And we do that with some big long strands at twisty angles. Excellent, Angel. I highly recommend the witch bottle, and if you feel like a tougher project, the witch orb. I do want to build that up. That's better. I love the witch orb. All right. That's good for now. Anything else, and I'll be bumping into my own work. All right. I got that up there. Echo, pause. I'm going to put this in a separate area because the big guy is taking up all my drying space. I'm going to whip up a little bit of clay and get his neck super secured. Where should I put this? That will work. Might even do a little bit of bulking on the forearms and on the forearms and the bicep area. Echo, resume. There we go. I usually start, if it's going to be a twisty stem, then I start with wire, cover it in a layer of tightly rolled paper, taped up with masking tape. After that, add clay and then texture it. If it's going to be a short stem, then just drill a hole in the top. Again, tightly rolled paper wrapped in masking tape, set it in, hot glue it from the bottom, or whatever method of adhesion you choose, and then cover in paper clay and then texture. That's how I do the stems. There we go. No worries. Yes, there is a whole tutorial series on the witch orb. On YouTube, it's part of my playlists. I think I did some of my best work on the witch orb one, to be honest with you. It's true, we don't need a whole lot of witch wood on the back of this skull. No problem. I'd almost recommend a witch bottle before you try the witch orb, but you do you. Almost down to dregs here. Okay. That's dregs. Dregs can go onto the inner rib cage. Yeah, it introduces you to the witchwood technique, and it's an easier project because the bottle itself holds up all the form. Ooh, pardon. Oh, yeah. Echo, what song is this? Tell me the artist. Jessica Curry, that's right. She's the lovely composer who made that music. I think mine's cooler than that one. That's just a skull on a bowling ball. All right, cut and drags. There we go. All right, we're gonna make some everything. Echo, pause. Oh, how much paper clay are we gonna need? Well, we need enough to go down this last bit on him. That's maybe 2 little handfuls. We need enough to really do the hell out of that. We need enough to stick the scapula on. All right. Okay. So we're gonna need some magic ingredients. This is why I moved all this stuff up here. I also need a giant spoon. Cat, hi. Cat, where's the giant spoon? You had it. I'm watching you, Cat. You. Oof. You. That didn't sound good. That wasn't bad, though. Oof. Meh. Sure. Oh, hey Nick, just continuing to work on the pumpkin monster there. His arms have been attached and are up in their drying area. We did kind of a pre-assembly on him. I got his head bent downwards, and now I need to paper clay the living Bashnaugus out of his neck so that it will hold no matter what. Yeah, that is the problem with the witch orb. In the absence of a good central orb structure, it goes to snot. That's always been one of its biggest problems. I'm going to try to kill the microphone while I mix so you guys don't have to listen to mixer sounds. Yes, I am using wood glue. Not for any particular reason. It's just that that's what I had at the time. It works well. So that's what we got. I'll switch these for some actual mixers. Yeah, no kidding. The screaming sound of burning gears and ashen smoke. Well, we're gonna need all these pieces anyway, so. I'm just kind of glad I brought a mixer upstairs. And I had a spare mixer anyway, so. Yeah. I looked at those Christmas orbs a while ago when I was researching for the witch orb, and unfortunately, I found their circumference was just a little too small for me. But they're obviously a very, very, very valid option. I guess since I'm not mixing right now, I can go ahead and turn that volume right back on. I wish I had a bucket up here. I can't wait to clay the hell out of that. Pumpkin's neck. Double, toil and trouble. I've never used a giant spoon to make this stuff before. This should be an interesting experiment. It's a lot better than kneading it with your hands. But one of these days, I would love to get a huge stand mixer. But seeing as how I just brought the 3D printer, that is not on the financial horizon. That's just about mixed. Yep. Yep, that's what I normally do too. And in a day where I'm smart enough to prep ahead of time to get more clay going, that is what my giant bucket downstairs is for. I use my my paint mixer handle and just zoom it. But the bucket is downstairs. And this is a small batch. That's pretty much done anyway. Some annoying pieces of plastic in there. Good. Close enough. Okay. I guess that's fine for now. Okay. This needs to go somewhere else. All right. Let's also get a quick dust clearing blast. All right. Echo, resume. My other brushes are over by the bathroom. Let's go grab them. Okay. I don't have a bazillion brushes, but these are the two I've been using. The giant pumpkin is, in fact, holding air. So it'll work. I'm just, when I look at it, it makes me go, what was I thinking? This is insanity. Don't do it. This is regular paste. There are many things in life where you're at the bottom of the mountain looking up. Giant projects and weight loss are among those things. Alright. Agreed. It will be absolutely awesome. We'll see where we arrange the effort of the crafting. I wanted to have a big old brace on the back of his head. I want this stuff hyper integrated. I honestly don't believe that spray foam has the same integrity that the paper clay's got, particularly with the fact that the intermingling of the like chemical bonds really adds a lot to it. Because we've effectively got carbohydrate cellulose bonds and their cross links, whereas the spray foam is a synthetic. So solid, yes. Sticky, yes. Like to like, no. Fortunately, it's a lot easier to sculpt with one hand than it is to witch wood with one hand. area is going to be a pain to paint. Okay, well, now's not a bad time to... How does it look to have flat pieces back there? Garbagey, honestly. As much as I would love to throw those on. You know, I'm tempted to say let's just attach them, and then I can witchwood them right to the rib cage. Let's see. I could. I certainly could. It's just a matter of it's really expedient to throw these on right now, and I've been dithering with them forever. On Halloween night, nobody's going to care that the backs are smooth. And again, I can use this opportunity just to drop more witchwood down in there. And that'll be slightly annoying, but certainly not hugely problematic. And I'll get a better stick fit with it being the way it is. So let's prime this whole area. It's also that, payoff for effort concept. Could we do this super Hollywood quality? Yes. Yes, we could. What's going to happen with this guy? He's going to sit in my living room or entranceway for most of the year. And then on Halloween, he's going to come out and play. And then he's going to go back in my living room. So, who does he have to impress? Me. Done. And that way I can also have 9/10 of them done today. Yeah, it's that constant thing that almost every artist has got. It's the thing that makes a lot of people do the whole, that's amazing. No, it's crap. But that's a high school game. I don't like to play it anymore. Okay. Now the major problem is going to be he's going to have to sit like this while he dries. I need to check. No, I don't. I need to grab a joint. Good. No blockage. Let's go. Heaven's old. Gate, the king awaits. With gems and gold has come unto his hall. The mountain dark and tall, dread, pain and death, foe shall fall. We call to hearth and home. May blow and rain may fall. Stow away a break of day. Wood, mountain soul, and down where as yet dwell. Neath fell and waste, riding And we may have to drill in a few spots to give him some extra hold. Away, must away, right before the break of day. That'll be kind of easy with a Dremel though. Just go in and zzz, zzz. Got a root at the bottom though. And probably ought to root them here too. But right here, it's got to be open. If the other side's sloppy, we'll just get in there and retexture it. Yeah, it does take some time. I'll give it that. And again, the time is also dependent on how much detail you want to put into it. I'm a little bit of a stickler. Not huge, but like it to look good for what went into it. Oh, hey. I don't usually leaf onto my witchwood, just because if I leaf, then in my opinion, what it does is it gives a concept of, I mean, even a brownish looking leaf gives a connotation of spring, life, trees, and whatnot. And I want my wood to be dead, dead, dead. Absolutely toast. Um, about 3 feet. 3 feet tall, maybe 4, 6, 5 feet wide. He'll be hung up from a scarecrow cross. He's definitely not a whole thing. He's a hanging sentinel. And now I'm just kind of having fun with paper clay. Yeah, he's got no legs. But now we're just playing with the clay. And I still do want this neck to be ultra, ultra firm. Whew. Oh, he's looking spooky. There. Let's not get too overdone because we're probably going to witch wood over this anyway. Just one last spot. Suppose I could do more things down the shoulder blades on this side. I am playing with paper clay after all. Let's have some fun. What the hell? I am not sure what that graphic means. Oh, it's cat in a box. For a moment on my screen, it looked like, is that a desk or the paper coming out of printer? How we doing? Where are my fur balls anyway? Madge isn't keeping me company today, which is somewhat uncharacteristic for her. Oh, I love paper clay. This is a pumpkin sentinel. It is a tall scarecrow stand pumpkin man with witchwood ribs and body and big scary claws, one of which will be poised to strike, and the other one will be holding a witchwooded skull. I'll rotate him towards you in a few moments here once I finish up on this shoulder blade. It's got two more spots I want to do. Close enough. It's in his back anyway. We're on the shoulder blades, Pearl. And playing with my own clay. And this will also hyper attach the shoulder blades. Why be attached when you can be hyper attached? Yeah, give me a moment and I will bring it all up close. I'm just about to the extent that I want to get done with it right now. I'm glad there's no mosquitoes out here yet. Soon they'll be swarming. All right, so here is the shoulder blade attachment for the moment, plus the neck, and then there's our boy. And he has a flap hatch that can be closed in the back of his head, and he should be just at the right head pitch to be staring down at the trick-or-treaters. Yeah, coming right along. I'm very pleased with him so far. Once that neck hardens, I'll be even happier. And then we'll get some clay down into, or some witchwood down into the shoulder blade area to texture that. We'll probably not need too much. I'll just drop bits of witchwood from the inner ribs back onto the shoulder blades. And then obviously we got the arms, which have to be separate pieces. There's no way I'll be able to move them around. Possibly the next one. All right, I'm going to set this guy up to dry. And we'll let that stuff become strong as hell. And also get a lot lighter. Because right now he is loaded with water weight. Whoa. Oh yeah, he's going to be great come Halloween. Of course, you know what I could have done? I could have clayed further down the spine. Let's get him back down. Oof. Fortunately, this doesn't have to be any kind of detail. Yep. That arm is the one that's drying, the poised to strike one. And the other one is further back in the room in a similar state of drawing and prep. The extent that I kind of have to shove him around right now, I don't want to do this too much. I think I'm just going to do the top, because next time I'll be able to flip him over and work on any aspects in the front that need an additional stuff. But right now I do not want to do a full wraparound on that spine. Nothing new. Let's just take it down a ways and blend it to the pipe. And that way it'll be done on this side. Okay. That's good. Prepping the PVC, generally I hit it with masking tape, and that's about it. Because I'll sandpaper it if I'm going to paint it, but typically I want other stuff to stick to it, and its smooth surface is already great for masking tape adhesion. So I don't feel the need to sand it up, because if I sand it up and rough it up, now I'm taking away from area that masking tape could affix itself to. So I will roughen up the shoulders of the big arms, because they're going to get painted black and then covered with burlap to hide the piping and whatever joint blocker I put in there. But yeah, if I'm just doing mache on it, no other affixation to it is needed. Just don't use crap masking tape. I've been using dollar store stuff and regretting it every time I put it on. Every single time. Just put a little bit more. Some dry clay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the major stuff for tonight. Time to work on the other one. Well, it's one of the great things about the pumpkins, though, is just, start. Work on it 15 minutes, work on it a half hour, stop. Whenever you could be down in front of the television doing nothing, haul out the pumpkin. Yeah. Fans drastically reduce the drying time. That too. Did you work on Mom's pumpkin? No. No allowance for you? What? Solar collector. Why did I cover that? I'm going to need it in a second. Oh, well. I can't brain today. I have the dumb. Come here. Hey, Madge. What are you doing, cat? Oh, good girl. Hello. What are you doing? Where are you going? There you are. Hi. Meow. Good girl. All right. I use this little thing and deflate it. Yep. Just pop the plug. Works like a charm. So I'm going to use this brush for this. It's a smooth brush. For the most part. At least for a start. Got to give yourself enough room for that plug to be able to pull the whole beach ball out, though. I don't know. Glue and water's got a lot of edges to it. Doesn't get moldy. I just like this better. And flour is a lot cheaper than glue. Now. Well, the supply lines have been doing a miraculous job of staying pretty well open. I think it is a great credit to the transportation workers that the supplies are, for the most part, flowing well. You know, if this were something more serious, I wouldn't be bragging that, hey, I got a new 3D printer. I'd be like, yep, I ordered it. It'll be here by, next January. I might get some more soon. I've got about 10, 12 pounds left. And it also depends on how much I'm crafting. with the COVID stuff here, I'm crafting a lot. So excellent. I got to go out and get some glue sticks tomorrow for my Sidewinder because I didn't know that there was potential problems with the filament not adhering to the bed. I've screwed with the leveling settings so much. Now it's like just get the glue stick. That's why I don't read the news during these things. I think at no time in history has the news media been more frivolous. Oh yeah, heat was good for PLA. I even brought it up really high too, just to try something else. Did what did I do? I did a 60 on the bed for my print. The test print little box that I did was the heat on the bed was up at 80. It was crazy. And they couldn't even do the test print today, which was crazy because it did the test print just fine yesterday. Hey, Wayne, how's it going? Wayne, if you want to see the good stuff, roll the live stream back a bit. I was working on the Pumpkin Sentinel. Yeah. Now, the center of my bed, for some reason, just does not want to get level when I do the four corners. It's crazy. Good. Very little's going on. Trying to get the 3D printer to work. Crafting like a madman. COVID's been great for all the introverts of the world. Mine's a little lower in the center, which pisses me off. But again, we'll try the glue stick. I figured, Wayne. Been readying myself from a pandemic for ages. Learned how to be a hobbyist at home. Learned how to make really cool stuff with incredibly cheap material. Yeah. Typo is one of my favorite languages. My fingers want to use it all the time. The main thing I regret about this quarantine is that I haven't been able to get to see my friend in Oswego very much. Object on the right-hand side. Oh, that is my the witchwood skull, which is drying, so I gotta be careful. There we go. Yep. It's regular old witchwood stuff. It'll be in the hand of the pumpkin sentinel. I just got some clear cabochons for the eyes today. Because trying to cut ping pong balls to go in there and get the same amount of luminosity is just a pain in the ass. So I bought myself 100 1-inch clear glass cabochons. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Not bad at all. Still working on it, though. It's mostly been getting all the leftover witchwood that are available after I finish whatever I'm doing on the pumpkin sentinel. Yep, two halves of a continent are about to meet. I've been using that thing for a little bit too. I've only had one order get screwed up, and I have learned not to try to order meat with it. But it is exceedingly handy. Time is it? 1:07 a.m. Nice. Walmart opens at 7. I have a feeling I may still be awake then. She was here earlier, Rebel. Well, I'd be on a more regular sleep schedule if not for the quarantine. Just because I like to go to bed when I'm tired. When I just hang around the house most of the day, I don't feel terribly exhausted. So consequently, I stay up too late. It doesn't take long of that before your whole sleep schedule's borked. Oh well. Reminds me, I gotta fix my fence pretty soon, too. Wind knocked down a huge section. I gotta go get rid of some old posts, put in some new ones. Not looking forward to it, quite frankly. I started watching Altered Carbon, got through that. Recently, I downloaded a whole bunch of Arthurian movies, because I haven't seen a good King Arthur movie in a while. There's too many out there. Yeah. Almost. Alright. I should tear more strips tonight. Yep, that didn't feel like paper strips. What's this heavy thing? Been doing a lot of online board games. That's been fun. Using the program Tabletop Simulator. It's probably one of my most uniform beach balls ever. Can't wait till businesses start to open again. Ah, nice. Our big game has been Quacks of Quedlinburg. And I am hoping very soon to be playing some Betrayal at House on the Hill. Because that is a game I will always play. I haven't seen Langoliers in a long time. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. It's all good, man. We're all doing our thing. So I wonder how much longer that guy's got. Tomorrow, all the reinforcement around the head will be dry. I've got to fix the arms and then drill them for whatever pin I'm going to use to lock them. Should be able to start staining him pretty soon. I got to drop witch wood onto the backs of the shoulder blades. He's probably got about 3-4 more nights of paperwork before we can get to painting. And I would like to make the arms look a little bit more woody than just splats. And once I finish here tonight, I'm going to be getting back to the Witch Orb 3D print 3D model. I have to do the whole bottom of it, plus the sides. And I have to fill in more areas with squiggly little wormy squirmies. The bottom half of the orb, Pearl? You know, I'm going to straighten this chair out. Ah, back support. How lovely. The very lower part of him will have witchwood down as far as I can go. And I was looking for a material that emulated like a hanging moss. I didn't find a whole lot that I liked. I might try to make some dithering snarls of yarn and then fray the hell out of them. Or hang some creepy cloth down in specific areas. That's about what I'm going for. Fuzzball! Hi, where are you? Madge. Sneaky cat. Oh, there you are. Hi. What's up? Oh, good girl. Meow. Madge says you need to break out the dry cat food. Yep, so his spine will hang down. I gotta see where I'm gonna put the little mini pumpkins on him too. Jury's kind of still out on a lot of facets of him right now. Oh, jeez. Madge, what are you flicking around? Oh, you're flicking around the piece that broke off the bottom of the fan. Oh, maybe a mini pumpkin at the base of his spine. Possibly. I'm not familiar with what tool is, though. thought I might take a hanging skein of yarn and just take a wire brush to it. In fact, we could experiment with that pretty soon. I shouldn't have a wire brush up here that I'm aware of. Bedding material. Gotcha. Ah. Netting material. Okay. I'll have to look into it. Okay. I have plenty of burlap. I think. We use up a bunch every single year. And it being burlap, it's usually not the sort of stuff that I like to go, oh wow, we need to salvage as much of that as possible. Nope, garbage. Ah, veils. Okay. Possible. If you go to certain garden centers around here, burlap is dirt cheap. I mean, you know, it's not no nothing, but it's not expensive. Ah, the wreaths. Kind of want to have a think about Halloween this year. Not quite sure what changes, if any, will be made to. Actually, I don't have to worry about it, come to think of it, because we made the outdoor plan last year and we had rain. So just use last year's outdoor plan. We're going to have one new pumpkin sentinel, possibly two if I can get the gumption to do more of them. I might need a new hard drive pretty soon. If I've got to do a tutorial on the pumpkin sentinels, then I'm going to want to record my video. It's the life of crafting sometimes. Get a little cash. Oh yeah, the pumpkin spider. That's what this guy might end up being. We should make a mini pumpkin spider too. I've got this thing over here that's just sitting here. Maybe finish it up and make a little pumpkin spider out of it. That could be a fun project. Also, let me do a small scale, see how it looks before doing a large scale. There's a tape holder. I can start getting this guy ready for some pumpkin spider antics. Yeah, I was using tiny pieces for him. Working these little guys takes almost no time, so. Separate. This song's a little morose. Echo. Next song. It was German and it was sad. I'm not in a sad German mood right now. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those fake cornstalk videos from different folks. I love the concept. Tons of cool stuff you can do. Provided you are willing to dump the time into it. It's not really that hard. As with most things in life, they're not usually that hard, they're just time consuming. Alright, maybe I should have put those away here. I was actually kind of hoping to grow them. Speaking of which, I need to get my pumpkins going. Got the little seed bed and everything. It's just been so cold and wet and crappy. It's been a miserable growing season so far in central New York. A couple days ago, it was snowing. There's a place near us that does corn stalk bundles for about $7 a piece. I've actually all got them still in my garage from last time. Alpine Fault. I haven't heard Alpine Fault in a long time. Nice. Yeah, it's nothing worse than being summer swelter hot. Never fun. Should be enough to do the little one. It's too wide. I mean, humid heat is worse, but dry heat's no picnic either. I know some folks who live down in Texas, Arizona, you get those 120-degree days. So it gets dry heat, right? Feels like you're cooking. You know what's in the middle of an oven? Dry heat. Oh, yeah. New Mexico will do it. On the plus side, it's really easy to dry paper mache there. Just take it outside for about 12 minutes. Dry as a bone. I've been to Arizona once when I was way too young to remember anything. All right. Hitting fast forward on this little guy. Oh, I can't. Bummer. Well, screw it. Well, no, I really can't. Damn. Just kind of hoping it would take clay on. Doesn't have the rigid structure underneath. Because these little guys, you really don't need a whole lot of layers. particularly if your internal form is good. I don't want to sit here layering that thing forever. I'm just going to let it dry and then I'm going to clay it and call it good. The clay will be 9/10 of the structure. Out, damn air. Good. All right. So that little guy will be Pumpkin Spider Experiment. Oh, this guy is going to be probably another Sentinel head. Let's go halves. Let's do a connecting layer. Seems a little big. What have you had, Pearl? '80s and '60s storms and tornadoes. Yep. I think the craziest we've had lately has been one brief moment of thunder snow, but beyond that, certainly no tornadoes. Ours is just the spring or the winter that never came into spring, but kept teasing it. I love doing that too. I don't have much of a front porch, but I'd love to watch storms. On the stoop. I'd love to be in a place that had a big old view. Used to have that in Henderson Harbor, New York, back before my parents sold their cottage there. Watch the storms roll across Lake Ontario. It's gorgeous. Hey, there's my Oh, it's cracking my back. It's one of the only problems with doing this for a while. You get that forward craft and stoop. Ooh, tiny pieces. That's all right. Tiny pieces are good for the top. This has got to be a Wardrona. Yep, that's exactly the song it is. Or the artist it is. I should write these guys and see if they let me use their music in a video. So this will be 4 layers on this side and 3 layers on the other side. Ugh. Oh, geez. Yeah, this is an excellent neighbor. Can you feel yours really rough? Definitively a keeper. Kind people are worth their weight in gold, and sometimes more. I can't see this going all the way through till October, personally. Too long a time. There may be a little bit of social distancing still, but I don't think it'll be enough to stop trick-or-treating. In a way, I'm kind of glad this has happened now, because if this happened in October, I would be losing my mind. A lot of events have been absolutely canned by this. But not Halloween, damn it. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. We're all fine. It's going to happen this year. Close enough. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, July might be a little bit close. I mean, it's approaching May. I haven't really seen a good report of the numbers on COVID lately, but usually you always see a few resurgences if you start to relax your restrictions. Yeah, really. Oh, deadline Friday, November 16th. Obligation $100 per page. I don't know what that is. Hmm. Well, the second phase is usually not as bad as the first. It's kind of like an earthquake aftershock. Because by then, a portion of your population has had it and is immune to it and therefore can't pass it on. Either way, I definitely like the better safe than sorry mantra. There's still a couple different strains of it right now, so have to see what comes of that. I don't like that. Edges were too pulled up. Oh well. Hey, who knows? I don't claim to be an epidemiologist, just somebody who looked at the old plague results from Spanish flu. And there is certainly no cause to say that the two will behave in similar ways. Time will tell. Eventually, there'll be a vaccine for it. I have no doubt. I'm waiting for the second half of that, Wayne. It's kind of like if you had $1 million. It's one of those questions. I'm hooked. I'm hooked. Let's hear the rest. You got me. I'm on board. Eight feet in width. Give me a moment. My brain is instantaneously going to fiberglass, but I have 2 more strips to lay. 8 feet. There. So here's my 1 foot, 8 feet across. Come to think of it, this table is 6 feet across. 1, 2, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yep. All right. So this table here is 6 feet across. 2 plus 4 feet on top of that. I mean, to start off, you're looking at a jack-o'-lantern that's probably about 8 to 10 feet tall. Oh. I mean, given anything I could, I'd probably go with a steel internal construction. Get a big steel globe. They made one outside for my my school. You'd need 2 more. You'd probably need steel bars spacing at least every 1.5 feet. You'd probably want the hollow steel tubes. Then on the then you'd probably want to throw chicken wire around that, tack weld it. And then the outer surface is really up to you. You can use the foam. If you wanted to make, 90,000 buckets of mache and have the thing weigh 2.5 tons, you could do mache. You'd have to watch your steel structure, though. It would kind of have to be half sunk on the ground because outer mache would never support that kind of weight. There's a few. The last one I can think of was kind of a trick or treat wannabe, where it had a lot of little haunt vignettes, and one of them was a monstrous jack-o'-lantern thing crawling around. And what they typically will do for those is you're using foam and latex, or foam with silica covering. That way the material is extremely not dense, because usually those sorts of critters have to flex, and they're being operated by puppeteers. I mean, to a certain extent, if you got a massive chunk of foam, you could do it that way too. open cell or closed cell wouldn't really matter. The only problem with foam is that the minute something bangs into it, you've got a big scar in it. But that's not too terribly bad, considering how it goes. The actually easiest method would probably be a massive, massive, massive block of foam. Then you'd be spending a half a year carving the thing out and down. You can mache over foam depending on the surface texture. If the surface texture is like open cell foam that's been broken and it's in fragments, then you need to throw some sort of filler in there. If the surface texture is something that's been carved, then yeah, that's not hard. Yep. If you're crazy enough, you could grab enough of those blocks from Tractor Supply. Yep. Probably want to use a good closed cell foam. I mean, the insulation blocks would cost you a ruddy fortune. That's definitely one of those, hey, I know a guy projects. Yeah, I hear you. It's practically sacrilege, but the easiest way to do it is just get yourself a giant inflatable. I don't like inflatables, but that's the easiest way you can get to have a massive pumpkin. And it certainly will be well lit. Yeah, no kidding. Inflated. I can't believe I started to say it. Oh, almost 2 a.m. Walmart opens in 5 hours till I can get my glue for my printer. Well, I mean, for inflatables, the one thing I do love is that those folks who might not have put out anything can have a big, happy Halloween pumpkin in their yard. And it looks good, and it's bright, and it's a beacon. So I don't knock them. Those folks who buy inflatables and use them, God bless them. They boost my holiday. They make it easier for me to have a wonderful time with my stuff. There's another one then. It's one of those, I don't like it personally, but it's something. It's kind of like pallet wood. Can usually get that for free. I've actually got 2 motors from those old bobbing head reindeer that I salvaged from somebody who was throwing out a couple. This thing's layering pretty fast. Love it. Do it. That's what I did. I always love it when my students are like, "You have 7,000 subscribers?" Yeah. Took a while, but we got there. Possibly, but if you like doing it, then do it. That's why I did mine. Or if you think you got something to add to it. Well, now's time. Yep, and there's different flavors too. There's lots of people who have videos on their mache pumpkins. Mine have their own style. Other people's have their style. Of course, yeah. You kind of have to like making videos too. I enjoy making them. It'll get there. Yep. That one is definitely very handy when you can just say, "Oh, how do you do that?" And here, go to this video. Small ones first. Mm. All right, that was small ones. Now I can go back to big ones. Suppose I ought to start getting a plan ready for this guy. He's going to be ready before I know it. This beach ball is about about 14 inches. Most beach balls use a wackadoodle measurement, though. What they do is they measure from the top. If it was as it was inflated, they measure from the top all the way around to the bottom. So you're getting this curve in measurement. So I think this one on the interwebs is a 22-inch beach ball. But if you're ever shopping for them and you want to know how big they're actually going to be, do a little bit of math, find out how the circumference translates to the diameter, and get your real measurement. That's what I had to do with that giant one that I've got. I was looking on there like, all right, it's 40-something inch. That doesn't mean it's 40 inches in diameter. So I had to use the circumference to calculate. Now's the time to start. Or you could wonder why you have to buy so many beach balls. Some are too big, some are too small. It's an easy calculation. Look it up on Google. Circumference to diameter. If they tell you it's a 22-inch beach ball, then its circumference is 44 inches. And then you'll get your diameter. There you go. Put the husband to work. Make him earn his keep. Yes, you can. Some of the exercise balls are a little bit firm, though, and they don't deflate to as small of a size as a beach ball. But they're usually a lot more puncture resistant. Though this one had a slow leak when I started, so it's held up just fine with a piece of electric tape covering it. I have no idea how many layers I have thrown on this thing. Oh. Hey, all this stuff's dry. I could use white and brown. Nah, definitely special walnut. Yep, just check and see how well it inflates and deflates and what size it turns to so you can make whatever aperture big or small enough for it to go through. Sorry, Madge, I didn't know you were down there. Oh. What you got? Hi. Good girl. That's where you were hiding. Meow. Oh, you're very cute. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, no kidding. Meow. I'd grab her and try to make her a quick movie star here, but there's mache paste on the table. Let's see if we can get a cat appearance here. Madge, you want to be famous? Meow. Hi. Let's make sure you're not near the chair. Back up. Hi. Hi, Fuzzface. Ooh. Hi. Hey. You're going to think this is food. In fact, this is a trap. Hi. Yes, come here. It's a trap. It's a trap match. Hi. Meow. I know. It was a trap. I told you it was a trap. Oh, you're heavy, Madge. Good girl. Meow. Hi. Meow. Yes. Hi, how are you? You don't get up here very often because you're too porky to jump. Hi. Let's move this a little further away because it's all wet. Oh. Oh, investigation time. Yeah. It's new. It's strange. It's not dinner, though. And I'm getting a side stitch. Hi. Oh, good job avoiding all the stuff. All right. Thank you for the appearance. I will feed you soon. Yeah, she is a tubby beast. However, she is still small compared to my friend Don's cat, or Don's niece's cat. That cat is named Figaro, and the thing is like 3 footballs put together. It is enormous. Absolutely enormous. It's 2:13. Yeah, I'm good to keep going until the paste runs a little further out. Oh, there's no harm in layering the crap out of this stuff. Pardon. I got good tunes playing. Yep, it's a little too much to tear in half. God, I can only imagine if we had a hurricane right now. That'd be a true disaster right there. Have a good one. Take care. We'll catch you on the flip side. After the paste runs out, I go work on that 3D model for God knows how many more hours. And then at 7 a.m., the Walmarts will open, and I will be there. Oh, yes, I will be there. I will buy lots of glue and other crap. Wow. Huge savings. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, it won't be too long. That's for sure. Just hope they all blow out. Just remember last time Puerto Rico got devastated. Then I'll cue up a nice 3D print and I'll go to bed. And when I wake up, it will be beautiful. That's what I'm gonna dream. Probably also ought to start thinking about things I need 3D printed. Should see if Walmart has any filament as well. Come to think of it, this was kind of a mild winter up north here too. I actually wonder how the Pacific's doing. Might get an El Nino event. I ordered 2. Actually, no, I ordered 4. Yeah, I ordered another black, a clear, and 2 whites. But they won't be here until like the 28th. I've got another roll of black right now, and I plan on printing like mad. I've got a lot to figure out, though. I'd like to make some articulated fingers, as well as bits for a new mask. I keep trying to print that damn antler, and it just doesn't want to go. I saw the glow-in-the-dark stuff. I was really tempted to grab a roll of it, but I thought, you know what? I need to get this thing 100% figured out first. It's like $28 on Amazon. I also need to sort out what's the difference with PLA and ABS plastic, apart from the temperatures at which you print them. And then there's also the PETG plastic. I'm really looking forward to being in a position where I can be like, I need a mount for a light or something. I think I'll print it. Oh no, I'll look it up online. I'm not too worried. I've been researching everything else about the damn things. One more thing isn't going to make that much of a difference. Good, getting down to the last of my paste. Beautiful. Just got to make sure I hit the work with the fan before I take off back downstairs again. Oh, I will. Absolutely will. If that damn glue can just solve the adhesion issue, I will be so stoked. So right now, it's the only problem I've got. Everything else works fine. Extruder's great. Tons of filament. Take care, Pearl. Have a wonderful evening. I'll be doing the same thing in another 4 tablespoons. On the plus side, I am pretty sure that this whole part here is going to be 6 layered by the time I am out of paste tonight. Because I've been doing nothing for the past hour or two. No, hour. Other than layering. We've got 3 tablespoons now. This sounds like Pumpkin Town. Echo, what song is this? That's what I thought. It's all good, Goliath. It's late, and I'm really not doing anything that entertaining right now. So, do your stuff. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. It's nice to not craft all alone in the stupid hours of the morning. Good stuff, man. Appreciate it. I'll have a good one. I got another tablespoon here anyway. So, Joey, what are you up to tonight? Haven't heard from you in a bit. finish this stack of papers, and that should be the end of my paste. I love using all my paste. That way I don't have to feel bad that I didn't put salt in it. Gotcha, man. Reminds me, next week is going to be a lot of grading at school. All right. And that's all the paste except to lick the bowl on the sides. And I'm not licking the bowl. All right. That PVC fitting back. That can go in the garbage. I need my clay to go back in the fridge. That thing is lit. Ooh, echo. Stop. Oh, fantastique. All right. And the cats say, wee! Alrighty, folks who are still watching, and Joey especially, for responding and all that. Take care, folks. I am all out of stuff. So tomorrow, we're going to see how, or I should say next crafting day, may not be tomorrow. We're going to see how the big boy turned out with all that reinforcement on his neck. We're going to witchwood him up. We're going to say hi to the other fur ball who's decided to come over and play with us. Hi, Sam. Hi, what's up? You little snot. And otherwise, try to get the 3D printing going so we can really turn Halloween up a few notches this year. And once again, thank you all again for hanging out with me. Take care. Oh, wait. Small totes full of unrolled cotton balls and toilet paper. That sounds like a paper mache happy time there. I wish you well with it. Take care. And we'll see you all later on. Hey, Sam. How are you? Oof.